George, happy day, my friend.
We're live again.
Another Friday on the right side of the earth in paradise, and I have an opportunity to talk to you. And by the way, I'm not sure who Pond Lahaki is, but thank you for the cup of coffee.
They are a very good workers' comp firm out of Philadelphia.
Philly-based workers' comp.
And so my good friend from Wolf Baldwin, another workers' comp firm, and my good friend Dan McCabe.
There you go. My wishes to all of you is that you never need the services of any of them.
However, today our topic is going to be about memory and some tips to improve your memory.
I'm sorry, what did you say it was going to be about?
You got it. Memory.
Memory, okay. Thanks for the memories.
So before we talk about anything, what we're going to talk about is a few products that can help you improve your memory. So the number one product, in my opinion, is Cognigen from Anabolic Labs, and I personally take this. This is a new bottle. This is from my personal supply.
Yes, your personal stash. And by the way, I take it also.
So we're going to let Bob talk a little bit about Cognigen.
The only thing I'm really going to say quickly is this contains phosphatidylserine. And phosphatidylserine is one of those things that can penetrate the blood-brain barrier and provide good antioxidant support to the brain. And it also has some organic blueberry powder. So eat your blueberries. And George, go for it.
The next product I want to talk about is Ginkgo Balboa, which is an herbal product, and it also has been greatly significant in improving your memory. And along with that, I want to lead into another topic which is significant when people develop memory loss or have trouble remembering things, is inflammation. Are you inflamed? So what we want to talk about with inflammation is David Seaman, shout out to David Seaman, his Deflame diet. So I think it's important, if you want to improve your memory, besides taking the herbals and the supplements like Cognigen and Ginkgo Balboa, that you also get rid of the inflammation in your body. And an important way to do that is by diet. And if you go on Amazon, you can buy David's book, The Deflame Diet, and you can begin following that and reduce the inflammation in your body. Now, as he and I have alluded to and talked about over a long period of time and a whole lot of videos, we've talked about this book and inflammation. And specifically, I followed this diet after a lot of conversations with Bob and David and my good friend Gray Cook. I want to give a shout out to Gray Cook, probably one of the top PTs in the country, along with my friend Sue Falzone, another top PT in the country. And I'd like to give a shout out to them. But I've had a lot of conversations as in regard to diet. Gray himself had lost a significant amount of weight. And with my conversations from Bob and Gray, and David,
right,
I started following the PT diet and, the Deflame diet, and I added some supplements, and here we are, 47 pounds lighter.
Yeah, and some people will call it the Mediterranean diet. There's a whole anti-inflammatory diet. There's a bunch of different names. But take your plate. Here's some rules of thumb. If you're eating off of a large plate, a 12-inch plate, cut it down to 9, because that'll automatically reduce your portion size. And your portion size, your caloric intake, is your first primary factor when it comes to promoting inflammation. So in this case, less is better. Less overloading your plate is going to produce more inflammation. It's more calories than the body's capable of consuming, and you're going to end up having to create more blood sugar, and that's going to cause inflammation levels to rise. So take that 12-inch plate, shrink it down to a 9-inch plate, divide that plate into quarters. 1/2 of that plate, vegetation, 1/4 your protein, 1/4 a starch if you're going to have a starch. So that's a good way of delving up your calories to maintain balance in terms of protein, fats, and carbohydrates, and sugar level. So that's a good way to start. Anything you'd like to add to that?
I would. So I recently got a video link on Facebook from my good friend Alicia Rosen Fox, who is the
she's a nutrition. Yep.
She is past president of the Nutritional Council, past president of the Nutritional Board, and she did a nutritional video on being a vegetarian, and I want to give her a shout out to that, and this is part of what we're talking about. And one of the ways you could modify the Deflame diet is based on your blood type, and depending on what blood type you are is how you want to modify that diet. And one of the options would be to be a vegetarian. Now, I am a B negative blood type, so I'm supposed to be a high protein, medium fat, low carb, and that's an Atkins diet, which is, the Deflame diet is a modification of that, and the Mediterranean diet that Bob alluded to, and I'm also an Eagles fan, but this is my coffee cup. And anyway, thank you to my son Brandon for buying this for me. And, anyway, the point is coffee, because of the tannic acid in coffee, if you drink real coffee, not decaffeinated or any of the so-called modernized coffee, if you drink real coffee, the tannic acid will also help deflame you. And then my other suggestion is to stay away from sugar and gluten.
Sugar and flour products, to be even more specific, because you can even use some gluten-free items, but you have to remember you have lectins and phytates pretty much in most grain and seed-based items. Our bodies have natural enzymes. We've evolved from a biological, what's the word I'm looking for? An ancestral
genetic.
There you go. Genetically, we've evolved as cavemen, hunter-gatherers, so we're able to digest those things that we were able to forage in season, and animals that we were able to catch. Things that are processed, we really haven't developed the right genes to properly digest those things, and that can cause inflammatory process. That alone can be a video. We don't have the time to delve into it.
We don't have the time to delve into that. However, the one point I did want to talk about, if you're doing all this, your first question is, oh God, I'm tired now. Don't I need the sugar for energy? No, you really, truly don't. So there are a couple products that Bob and I could briefly mention to help you with your energy. One is an herbal product, ginseng. You can take ginseng. And another one is for the supplement side, just like we did with the memory, the supplement side is actually Tri-B complex. It's another anabolic lab product. It's B2, B3, B5, B9, and B6, B9, and B12.
Yep,
and that combination of B vitamins will give you energy. So if you eat a good diet based on your blood type, you follow the Deflame diet, you modify that based on your blood type, you could take a page from Alicia Rosen Fox, a good friend of ours, and you could take a page out of David Seaman's book, and you can take some advice from Gray Cook and his book, and you could kind of put all that together, or you can get experts like Bob and I to help you do that.
Yeah, but again, George,
and we could set you on the right path.
We are not dispensing medical advice. This is just nutritional recommendations. And by all means, if you're on blood thinners, talk to your healthcare provider before taking something like ginger, like the ginseng, like turmeric. Those things can get involved with platelet inhibition. So you just want to be careful with things like that, and don't just take them without knowing.
The point is to be safe, not sorry, and that's what we're alluding to. And anything you do and anything you may want to do, and we're suggesting you move in a new and different direction and get your life trending in that direction, But make sure that you have medical clearance before you do that.
Absolutely. And by the way, an anti-inflammatory diet is only going to help improve your situation. It's
Whatever
not
it
going
might
to make
be.
it worse.
Correct.
Anyway, any other tips?
No, I
Are
think
you
we're good. We just wanted to do a short video for everybody out there that watches our videos, and I want to give a shout out to everybody, which we did, and I'd like everybody to have a great day.
Here's to your memory, George.
And here we go.
Have a great
We'll be
weekend.
back, and we'll see you all again.
Peace out, my friends. Have a great weekend. And
Have
Bruce,
a great day.
Bruce, you heal well, baby.